All right. Three, two, one, and you are live. Give me a second. Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Jafrican once again, and today I'm here just chilling in my studio. Can I say that? I'm just chilling, trying to make a video, getting used to this live thing, right? And hopefully I become a good storyteller, right? Because today I'm going to tell you a story, right? Humble you grew up in rural Jamaica. And as you can see, the title of my video is I Have a Dream. As do most of us. We all have dreams, right? But I have a question today, right? And before we get to the question, right, I just want to share a little bit. I grew up in rural Jamaica and, tear out body shots. These, right, shirt have many stains from Guinea mango, you name it, right? And it would look like a camouflage shirt, the amount of stains that would be on it, right? And it's just very humble beginnings, right? It was wonderful. It was great. I watched this video of Miss Pearly grandson. He said, have you ever been in poverty and you just didn't know it, and it was so good because you're, what did he say, unconsciously impoverished. Right? He has a very nice way of putting some things, but yeah, I feel like it was a very humble beginning. Now that I'm older, looking back at it, I realize that we had a lot more than we gave credit for, right? But just for the sake of this video, I'm just going to call it humble. Very poor, lifestyle, scarcity and all of that. And so you'll watch TV, you will encounter people, and so you would develop a desires, right? You will have dreams and aspirations. And we'll often hear that we should dream big, right? The sky is the limit. And don't let anything hold us back. Just dream, 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 and dream on. But the question that I have is that when is the dream too much? Right? When are we dreaming beyond our reach? Is there any such thing as a reasonable dream? Or we shouldn't put any limits on it. But when you look at some of the things that you dream about, and then you have an idea of what it would take to get there, it's like, how me ever reach here? So like this thing is just way beyond me, and if I should try, it might take me 17 lifetimes, right? But it is my dream, it is my aspiration. What should I do, right? When do we call it quits? Do we call it quits at all? Or we should just keep moving? I don't know, right? But that's my question here today. But I'm going to show you something. I mean, growing up, I had a dream. I grew up near the ocean, so I like water, I like swimming, I like fishing, spear fishing, line fishing, crab hunting, all of that sort of stuff. And one of my dream, I remember some years ago, I when I just started getting into Photoshop, I had this boat. I made this picture and imprint this logo on the side. I guess that's what I would call my boat. If I own one, I'd call it a Dreamer, right? That's what I put on it at the time, maybe over 10 years ago. And it's just when I started thinking about making this video that I remember that I had a photo that I designed, that I edited and put the boat that I'd like and Dreamer on the side. All right, so I would like to have a family, a boat. I would like to own a boat and sail around with my family and myself and friends. Something like this. Let me show you. So I guess maybe when I had the dream back then, it looked something like this. Let me. All right, am I showing the right thing? I doubt it. So let me try again. Stop sharing. Before we get to that, let me give you a little bit of a little bit of geography about where I'm from. So yeah, that's rural Jamaica. Let me zoom out and you kind of get an understanding because I was born and raised in this house right on that lane. So zooming out. And a little village boy with a big dream. You can just imagine. Look at the world. Look at the world around Jamaica. Look at where I'm coming from. Right? And then bring the world into perspective. And so one of my dreams was to, or one of my dreams, okay, so, all right, back to that. One of my dreams is to have multiple properties and houses across the world, right? And I would like to, do business with them, Airbnb them and make them pay for themselves, sort of, and generate an income. And in doing so, I would it will be able to pay for my vacation to that particular state. So, for instance, I have a property in Guadeloupe, right? Because I like Guadeloupe and Martinique, and I would love to have properties there. So, say I want to go to Guadeloupe for a week in December, right? My family and I, friends and I, whatever. That would have had that property would have had an entire year to generate enough income to pay for that trip and maybe more, right? If I want to go to Martinique, the same, the property would have generated enough money to pay for the entire expense of that vacation trip. And just having multiple places, multiple properties around the world, then you see how that will go. Just chill, go from one place to the next and just enjoy life, right? A few years ago when I, quit my teaching job in a sense and just changed my life and just started a journey of, I would say, getting there or freeing myself. One of the things that I said I wanted to do was just gradually free myself from a 9 to 5, right? And create a lifestyle where I don't need to be in one location, right? I don't need to be. If I choose to, then fine, but I don't need to be in one location to earn a living. If my family and I need to be in, say for instance, California, right, or New York, or in Florida, or in Rwanda, or in Cote d'Ivoire, right, or Burkina Faso, or what should I say, Brazil, right? We would be working from wherever we choose to be, and so we could all be there. But it's a dream, right? It's a dream because then again, when kids need to go to school, they're going to keep you stationary for a while. But I'm like, at least for vacation time, we could go anywhere. But yeah, it was just a dream. So I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, it'd be good if I actually own a boat. But then I'm like, yeah, let me find a boat. So my dream would look something like this. Let me see if is that it? No, that's not it. No, no. I think that's it. Right? So I always dreamt of owning a boat, right? So it's crazy. Right, so and my family in it, and we're sailing and having fun, right? Yeah, so hopefully this made you laugh. But really and truly, the dream looks something more like this. I'm not light skinned, but that's not the point. Just in a nicer boat with my family and I. Maybe it would even look something like that's MK, my photo with there. Different thumbnails. But maybe it will look something like this. Right? Something that you can sleep in. Because if you're going to go around from place to place, right, you're going to need to sleep, stay on board for the night or so forth, right? And then I realized, whoa, this looks nice, right? And so I'm going to show you a video. Hopefully, it won't take too long. I'm not trying to make the video too long, but I'm going to show you a video of how the dream could look. Let me pull that video up real quick. I don't know if there is going to be a feedback. I know my microphone is here, and I don't want the sound from the video interfere with the sound coming from the microphone, and I really don't know what to do because this is my second live video. But let me try it out anyways, and see how it will go. And now, how do I turn down the volume from this thing? All right, let me mute that. All right, let me share it now. Share screen. All right, check this out. If you're not even seeing anything, if you're not hearing anything, I'll probably just comment while it's going on. But check this out. Look at the dream coming to life. Look at just look at this. Envision the dream with me. Look at this. Perfect. Pause and stop sharing for a while. All right, look at that. I'm looking at that and I can see the dream coming to life, right? But then when I look at the price of that yacht, right? And it's not that growing up, when I hearing about yacht, it's just fancy, just fancy talk to me, right? But then I realized it's just a boat that you can sleep on, or a boat with livable quarters, right? And so I'm like, okay, I guess I just need a boat with rooms and kitchen, right? Um, so I started looking. I'm like, wow. When I look at the prices ranging from, new, right? It doesn't have to be, but I'm just looking at it. Prices ranging from 200,000 upwards, right? Somebody who's watching who knows a lot about these things and all about and about getting yourself generating incomes other than 9 to 5 and all of that stuff, and just creating a nomadic lifestyle. I don't know if I want to say that, but just detaching yourself from a location and a 9 to 5 where you can just be free, be where you want to be, enjoying life, right? Just share in the comments, hit me up, send me an email, whatever, share your tips, and I would really appreciate that, because I'm really asking, how do you create that kind of lifestyle? Because when I look at the prices for these boats, right, just thinking about $1 million, right? It's easy to say, but when you really think about it, that's not easy to come by, right? And so that's why I ask, at what point do you say, hey, some things are just dream and should just remain in the dream world, or you just get your foot off the brakes, step on the gas, full speed ahead, do or die, and go out and accomplish whatever, right? Or do we just say, hey, it doesn't matter what you think, some things are just out of your reach? But I know something, dream is free, right? You can dream all you want. But there comes a point when you must put things into action, right? I'm the type of person who I believe in finding multiple ways to achieve a goal, even if there's a clear one that works. Just in case there are hiccups, you can switch it up and find a way to make something happen, right? This is my dream, right? Having multiple properties around the world and traveling from place to place and having a good time, right? Relaxing, enjoying life rather than sticking to a 9 to 5, or more like 9 to 9, and getting gray and old, right? And I would like to have a big boat way before I turn 60 and big stomach and gray hair pea patch out here, right? I mean, I would like that, I would like that. So that is my dream. I wanted to share a bit of my dream with you today. I hope you appreciate it. Share your dreams with me. If you're already on your journey, or already on this journey, and you have some tips to share, I would appreciate that. Right? That's all I have for you today, and I hope you have something for me in the comments. Thank you for watching, and as always, one love. No hate.